I'll be showing you some very specific covers for this one too, so you'll love it. Module 5. We're going to get into sales boosting with the titles, the subtitles, and descriptions. In the presentation, I didn't even have time to go into the subtitles and descriptions, really. But there is a way, if you, when you structure your subtitles and descriptions, specific words help you make more sales. This has just been a proven fact that some titles pull better than others. Some descriptions help, convince people to buy better than others. And oftentimes you can just make these small little tweaks and boost your sales without doing any additional promotion. It's really cool because there are people coming to your page, to your Amazon site all the time that are going to be reading about your book all the time. What can you do? And this is what we cover. What can you do to get their attention fast and get them to go, yeah, click, I want this. Because I call it welcome to the ADHD generation. That, there's like 5 seconds that you've got to grab their attention. You've got to do very specific things within that time. What elements do you need? We're going to go through every single element that you need to have in your title, your subtitle, and your description. Where to put them? This is important because there's an actual sequence that you're going to be going through to put those elements in there. How to optimize, once again, for the Kindle 3, because like with your cover, same with your title, subtitle, and description, you have to remember there's limited space and there are different ways and different things that your readers are going to see first. And obviously how to avoid those really crazy mistakes that most people are making. So I'm going to show you some bad stuff that was not done well and say this is what you should not be doing. It is just as valuable to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. Then we're going to look into publishing, linking, and vital social proof. So this is module 6 or week 6 here. And this is really about taking the book live. And there's a specific order of things that you do. There are specific things that you do. And when they are finished, you can then begin like the promotion. So what we're going to cover is what do you do before you go live? Like what needs to be in place for that to happen? How to publish for maximum impact. There's a sequence. There's a way. There are even sometimes certain days of the week that are a little bit better than others. And so we'll be talking about all that. Also, how to get legal reviews. This is going to be where a lot of the forum, your newfound forum friends are going to be very, very helpful with this. How to link your titles and boost your sales. There is a technique that will allow you, when you choose what kind of books you're publishing, there will then be a method for getting your books to basically stick together inside of the Amazon ecosystem so that when people read them, specific actions are taken in specific orders and you can boost your sales by using it. And then we're going to look at killer pricing strategies. Price obviously is a massive factor in success. What prices should you never charge? What do you need in order to charge higher prices? We're going to be covering all of those questions and a whole lot more. So that's module 6. Then in 7, this is so important. We're going to look at supercharging your sales in your business. So everything up till this moment has been about finding your reader, creating high quality, relevant content that your reader wants and is excited to get. After that, it's all about being in front of these people and being the one that they choose to read, to be the author they choose to buy. Now, we're going to talk about, now that you're published, we're going to talk about actually growing and blowing up your publishing business. So like I said, whether you're an author, a publisher, or a mix, or a business owner, this is going to have some phenomenally powerful effect with you. It's why your platform is vital for your growth. Your platform is something that if you've ever been in mainstream publishing for any length of time, you've heard that word before. It's what every publisher is looking for, and it's what you need to have too in order to really succeed. For example, in all the other modules, you can do very well and skip module 7. But if you skip module 7, your titles are going to sink. And I covered this in the presentation too. Your platform is what keeps your titles elevated. It's what continues to generate sales for you. And it is so important you do that. Exactly what elements you're going to need, like right now. There are a lot of moving parts in your platform. A lot of stuff, social media, there's tons of sites, there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's all these different places. And then there's your blog. How do you do this stuff hassle-free and hands-off? you don't need everything. So please don't freak out because you don't need everything right now. There's just, when you first start out, there's probably 2 things you need. And then you can build it and grow it and build it and grow it. And I'm going to show you how to combine social with your site, because one of the biggest problems authors have, this is so freakishly huge, is, okay, let's say you enjoy writing, you want to write your own books, and then you want to publish them in the way I'm showing you. Well, afterwards, then you have this weird promotional time, and this is what really trips people up a lot, is there's, like I said, a blog. So, oh my gosh, you have to blog, and then there's Facebook. You got to be in Facebook and talking to people and tweeting and replying to tweeting and making videos and doing all this other stuff, and all of a sudden your day is just gone because you're doing all this crazy stuff that you kind of don't need to. And the stuff that does need to be done is often done without purpose and without plan and without schedule. I'm going to show you how to make this simple so you can keep your promotion and growing your platform down to, I would say at worst case scenario, like an hour and a half a day, and that's if you're a full-time writer. So there's really a way to keep that in the box so it doesn't dominate your life, but still has the same powerful effect. And then I'm going to show you how to grow your most powerful asset. This is an asset nobody talks about in the publishing world, because I don't think anybody really understands the power of it. Actually, John Locke brought it up a little bit, but the way he said to do it is actually illegal, and not just from like the terms of service violation, but I think it's actually a felony to do it the way that he showed you. So I'm going to show you how to grow this asset legally, so that you don't get the guys in black suits with big guns kicking down your door. And then in Module 8, this is the one that we're going to be sending to you. It's going to show up in your mailbox very soon, and this is some super secret sauce. This is the stuff that gets you crushing it. The perfect pulse strategy. I want this. The reason I'm sending this to you is because I want to keep this as, piracy-free as possible. I don't want this getting out only to the serious people. There's something called the perfect pulse, which I mentioned in the presentation. This is the exact method that gets, and it's a very simple method and a very specific method, and you need to do it exactly the way that it's shown so that you can, first of all, test to make sure you have the right cover, the right title, the right market, the right verticals, all that stuff coming together. It validates everything you have done in the previous 7 modules. And it just absolutely blows you up, and it can allow you to jump ahead of so many New York Times bestselling authors and really land at the top of the charts. It's awesome. There's another one called Seed Reviews. I'm going to show you about this. This is a crazy awesome method for really getting those awesome reviews. I'm going to show you how to tap into these lucrative yet closed markets. This is something not everybody knows, but they're, the categories within Amazon on the back end of your Kindle dashboard do not correlate to what you see on the website, even a little. And this can be very frustrating to some people. And so I'm going to show you how to get into these closed markets. And it does take a couple of days to get them to respond, but it's well worth it. Now, review bombs here. Defending against review bombs. The publishing world is a violent world. It's a lot like, you've seen in those animal documentaries where, the lazy little water buffalo goes down to the watering hole for a drink, and all of a sudden an alligator shoots its head out and kills it. That's kind of how, when independents start creeping up in the sales rankings and becoming bestsellers, a lot of times, publishing houses are going to do what are called review bombs that can have disastrous effects on your success and your sales, like instantaneously crippling them kind of problems. This is simply a fact of life, and I'm going to show you how to spot when it's happened to you. So you don't need to be sitting there continuously hitting refresh on the page. Don't worry about that. But I'm going to show you how to spot them, and I'm going to show you how to deal with them. There is a very specific way to deal with them. I see too many authors messing this up, because how you then deal with it will have the ability to sink you or drive your success back up the charts. And I actually found out about these things the hard way when I was coming up. I was coming up multiple times against some huge names in some of the markets I was in, and I got review bombed. And I knew that it was by one of those big selling publishers. And it was just the sales went from about 100 a day down to nothing in an instant. It was crazy. I was like, what's going on? And then I finally checked my page, and sure enough, there was a review bomb right there. So I'll show you what that is, how it happens, how you might be able to avoid it, but probably not. But when it does happen to you, because my goal is to make you successful, and when you become successful, people who are already successful believe that there is scarcity. Excuse me. A lot of people, look at this with a scarcity mindset, and that's why they do this, because they're afraid and mostly stupid. So I'll show you how to just literally make it like it never happened. It's pretty awesome. I'm also going to give you a recording of what I like to call the 800,000 books sold closed door mastermind webinar. These are off Amazon promotional strategies that some of you may have heard before, most of them you probably have not heard. And I'm going to show you how to use these things. In fact, some of these things were responsible for a friend of mine selling over 800,000 books in 1 year at full price, in physical copy even. It was pretty awesome. So anyway, like I said, welcome to the perfect publishing system. I want you to do this. I'm really excited. I want you to go to Module 1 right now, watch the intro video, and then just go through the additional videos. Make sure you read through the resources and the swipe files and do the exercises, because they are so important. Like I said, even if you have a book out, it is so vital that you do that. All right? I'm excited to have you. Thank you so much. Do this next. Go to Module 1. I'll see you on the inside.